What's up, guys? Back to another Star Rail video, and this time we're talking about the Starlight Exchange Shop. So I'd say our Starlight Exchange Shop is pretty good. You can buy special passes, you can buy standard banner, you can buy Tracks of Destiny for traces, you can buy every single 5-star standard banner, light cone, and 2 4-stars that rotate. Of course, for some reason they don't want to update these, which I think if you could add like Gallagher, Hanya, Luca, that'd be pretty cool, right? But so far, I don't think they've added a single character. Maybe Yukong, but I mean, I don't really check it too much because I have most of the characters at E6. But very cool, I will say. A big W, especially for the light cones, because that technically makes them like free to play in a sense, because you can just save up. Of course, most of the time, most people won't save up for the light cones, even though I think they should. I think Bailu's, Jeopards, and Branyas are pretty damn good, and you should definitely at least grab the Bailu and Jeopard ones, because Bailu is a good healing one, and Jeopard is just super good universally for like Aventurine, Fushuan, whoever it may be, right? But could it be a bit better? And here we are to talk about, of course, you know, Wuthering Waves is the craze nowadays. They have this as theirs, right? Now, you might be wondering, okay, what is these wave band stuff? Wave bands are dupes. So in a sense, if you were to spend 360 of their currency, which I don't remember the conversion of theirs, but 360 for a like Zele, Jingyun character, special banner, and then for the standard ones, you need 270. That's a little bit cheaper than us. Not gonna lie, ours are 600, but you can pretty much buy up to 2 dupes of a character, and they also have their like 4-stars. There's Yang Yang, and then there's Baiju, I believe is the other one. They're both free characters, right? And I'm sure they're gonna rotate to like every single 4-star that they have in that game. But you can buy 1 dupe of them, and then you can buy 2 dupes of the standard banners. Now, from the looks of it, they don't refresh, right? And then whoever is featured, you can buy 2 dupes of them. As you can see, this is my friend's screenshot. He has E1 or S1, whatever it is in that game, because he ended up selling enough to buy a dupe. And that's kind of crazy, I'm not going to lie. I don't know if Star will do that, but adding the standard banner characters would be kind of sick. Now, for us, they would probably, hopefully, let you just own them, right? This would be a good way for people who picked Bronya, because I honestly recommend Bronya is probably the best pick in there to get Himiko for Pure Fiction, or if you want, like, let's say, Welt, if you think he's cool, Jeopard if you don't have a shielder, Bailu if you don't have a healer. The thing is, now, most of the characters are pretty much power corrupt, and there's a lot of options. Like with Jeopard, there's Aventurine now, but he's more of a universal one. Welt's kind of fallen off a little bit. Bailu doesn't have a cleanse, so you're probably going to use Lynx or Gallagher, especially if you have E2. Bronya's still really good, but if you have Sparkle over on May, you'll probably use her a lot less. Himiko, low-key, Himiko's probably one of the better 5-stars to pull on the standard banner, right? Just for Pure Fiction. Clara's still decent damage dealer. Yanqing's just awful, right? I feel like since it's been a year of Star Rail, it wouldn't really be too crazy not to add the 5-stars. Because if you really think about it, right? Like I said, Himiko is good in Pure Fiction, but Herta is better and she's free, right? Clara is a good damage dealer, right? That's pretty much it, right? There's not really too much for Clara, right? Bronya, very good, but there's Robin, Sparkle, and Ronmei who are better, right? But she's still extremely strong. Well, decent at what he does, but there's obviously harder characters. You know, the slow is still really good. Jeopard has his issues, a bit slow on the shield uptake, but he can be a good sustain. Aventurine is better than him. Yanqing, bad damage dealer, and Bailu, good healer, but no cleanse, so she gets knocked down a peg. So you realistically have a really good unit that's overshadowed by a free unit, a really good unit that's, you know, 4th best on what she does, and then everyone else is like okay, right, or bad. I feel like it'd be okay. Maybe they can put them at 600. I mean, I honestly think they should lower the cost of the light cones to maybe like 400 and then make the characters 500. Or most likely what would happen if they did add the characters, it'd probably be the same price, maybe more. Maybe they'd be 800, which I think at that point a little absurd, considering that would be what that'd be 5 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Math is escaping me right now. Hang on. So it's 10, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, right? So for 100, it would be like 800, let's say. That would be 40 pulls, right? I think I did the math right. I mean 40 pulls. So I don't know about all that. Even if the math's wrong, it's a lot of pulls, right? You'd be really close to getting a pity, or you'd get a good chunk of your pity with that. So I don't know being higher than 600, but I imagine they make it like 700, 800 if they really valued the characters that much. But honestly, even if they did, that wouldn't be too bad. That'd be a way to save up, and if you really wanted a 5-star character, you'd be able to get them. Because as of right now, if you do the 300, you have no way of guaranteeing these characters. There are people who have played like Genshin Impact who still don't own characters like Diluc or Jean, right? And I think I can't remember when I got Jean, but I didn't have Diluc for the longest time, right? And I've mentioned this before. I spent a lot of money for Diluc and I never got him in Genshin. And I think it took from launch to right before Sumeru came out, which is kind of a while, before I got Diluc. Now, to be fair, I did quit and I was a bit spotty on how much I played, but still, that's like an absurd amount of time to not get every single standard banner character, especially because I spent a decent chunk in that game. I think I've spent more in Star Realm now just because of how much I've played it, and obviously I make content on it, but I can't imagine like two years into Star Realm, right, next anniversary, this is still the same Starlight exchange, and someone's like, wow, you know, Himiko would be so good in Pure Fiction, but I don't have her. Or let's say there's a content that Claw is really good on. Like counters are key, and you could use her, Blade, March counters. Is there anyone else who counters? And I'm not thinking of. Let me know in the comments if there is. But yeah, so like those three counterattacks, very strong. And it's like, okay, well, Blade isn't on a banner. March is not strong enough. So it's like, oh, I need Clara or like the new unit or whatever. If you don't have Clara at that point, it's like, damn, well, I need the new unit, and it would just kind of suck if not having her, especially if there's going to be more game modes in the future where a unit like Himiko, who is deemed as very bad, like worst standard banner character, and now she's, you know, unironically probably the best one. Like, only Herta is really better than her, and Bronya has way more competition than Himiko does. So, you know, there's that. But in that'll be it for the video. Really quickly, let me pop up the Wuthering Waves version again. Overall, very strong. If you're wondering what the middle like sword thing is, that's like the weapon banner currency. It has different currency, which is kind of cool, I guess. It's for premium, so like if I was summoning for Boot Hill's Light Cone, I would have to use the Fortune Tides, and if I want to summon for Boot himself, I need the Radiant Tides, which I have my issues with in that game, but that's what that is. It's not like a Track of Destiny. I think there's a Track of Destiny item down. I took a screenshot for my friends because it kind of takes a long time to boot up the game. But anyways, let me know in the comments what you think about the Starlight Exchange. Do you think that they could add the standard banner 5 stars? I know I mentioned that quite before, but considering that they have not their direct competition, but a game that clearly is going to be, you know, talked about just as much as Starro and Genshin, hopefully, having a similar system with 5-star characters in it, maybe they might update it to, you know, spark the competition up a little bit. But let me know, do you think they'll add them? Do you think they will keep them the same? Do you think they'll lower the cost of light cones on this one? Do you think they'll update to 4 stars? Let me know in the comments, and of course, I'll catch y'all in the next video.